What's up, everybody? We're live. What do you know? See how many people we get on. We'll give people a few minutes to get on. But I wanted to talk about some of these Milwaukee tools here. And these bad boys in particular. The subcompact ones. We're going to kind of put them up here against the M-12 hammer drill and the M18 compacts. Milwaukee's actually got quite a few compact stuff. I mean, I love this thing. This hammer drill, I love it. It's nice. It's in the hand nice. The only thing I don't like on these compact tools with the Milwaukee that aren't fuels, this chuck, although it's a nice chuck, don't get me wrong, but it's very slippery. So when you're trying to tighten down the bit, your hand slips. It's almost like you got to get like a wet cloth and really tighten it down to lock it in. Well, let's see here. We don't got anybody on. All right, we finally got somebody on. Sorry, guys, stuff was popping up on my screen there. I had to take care of it. But we're just gonna drill some holes, screw in some 3-inch number 9 construction screws. I mean, these tools, they weren't designed to drive 10-inch timber locks and headlock 10-inch headlocks and spacks, 5-6-inch spacks. Can they do it? Yeah, they can do it, but they're not meant for that. We also got every battery under the sun that you can think of. We got the high output, the 3.0 to 4.0, the 2.0 compacts that they came with, and we got a 2.5 high output. Let me go grab it. It's on the charger. Be right back. And the 2.5. It's a pretty good battery for these M12 tools. So I think we're going to start with the drill here. We're going to kind of start with the subcompact drill. Pro went into the back rooms. Yeah, that's where all the goodies are at in that back room. We're going to start with the drill. I'm going to readjust the camera so that you guys can see the wood I'm drilling into. And then we'll just drill in the stuff and kind of go from there and blurt out whatever the heck you want to blurt out. What's the drill here? It's the new subcompact Milwaukee M12, the 3401. So let me get this camera readjusted. Get some of these out the way. And then as we go along, we'll kind of compare it to the M12 hammer drill and M12 fuel impact driver. And then we'll kind of even see how it stacks up against the M18 compact. Let me see here. If you're Big Josh, then how big is Big Josh? Big Josh is 6'7", 310 pounds. Let me go get the box and I'll tell you what type of motor. I know they got that new compact motor in it. Hold on. All right. Let's see here. It's a 3H chuck. All right. Internal metal gear case, specifications, blah, blah, blah. I know they got it on here somewhere. It just says smallest size, lightest weight, brushless motor. I don't get into too much of the numbers and stuff. I just use the tool and see how it works in real life. I mean, specifications on the drill are 350 inch-pounds. RPM is 0 to 450 in speed 1, 0 to 1550 in speed 2, 3/8 metal chuck. The length of it's 5.4 inches, and the weight with the battery is 2.0 pounds. The peak torque on the impact driver is 1100 inch-pounds, RPM 3000 with a trigger that you can adjust that with. The IPMs are 0 to 4100, length 4.3 inches, width 2.0 inches, and the weight with the battery is 1.7 pounds. They are really light, okay? Like super light. And that's all the specifications on the box. I'm not much of a box reader, guys. I just kind of use the tool and go from there. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. It is brushless. It's definitely not a lie. Happy birthday, Jackson. What's up, Apache? Sit down now, relax. No, I got to get set up, guys. You guys don't want to hear me talk. You guys want to see this stuff in action, right? All right. I'm going to move the camera now, so stick with me here, guys. I'm basically a dude in the basement with a cell phone. I don't got no fancy nothing. What you see is what you get. So we're going to lower you down here, get you in on the action, get you over here. All right. Move this a little bit more. You guys see that wood good? Can you see it good? All right, here we go. Get some more light for you. All right. I got some random pedal bits. I got a half, a 5/8, a 3/4, and a 7/8. And we're just going to see what it can do. The only thing I don't like about this so far is this chuck. The chuck is nice, but it's very slippery. It doesn't. You can't really get a good grip on it. All right, we're starting off with the 1/2 inch bit. Okay, we're going to start on speed 2, and let's try that let's try that high output 2.5 battery. All right, let's go. Let's see how this works. 1/2 inch, speed 2. Of course, the width split. You know, nothing goes right when it's live. I hate this. I hate this thing. Why ain't this grabbing? You know, this was all working before I went live, guys. Trust me. That's what happens when you go live, right? All right, let's try this again. All right, that's the 1/2 inch bit. Did it all right in speed 2. Now we're going to go up to the 5/8. Oh, this chuck is so hard to get that bit tight. Now we're going on the 5/8. That's all it's got. Let's try putting a big battery on there. Let's try putting the 5.0 high output on there. No problem with that bigger battery. No problem with that bigger battery. All right, let's go to the 3/4. Okay. 3/4. Nope. That's all she's got. That stupid chuck doesn't want to tighten. Stupid chuck. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so it does it in speed 1. No problem. Now we're going up to a 7/8. I'm a Makita guy. I feel bad for you. I just reviewed a couple of Makitas. Wasn't too impressed. All right, now we're on 7/8. Went through there. It went through there. Let me get a 1-inch. Let's see. Not that I'm saying you should drill 1-inch holes with this tiny tool, especially with a paddle bit. But I'm here to see what this thing can do. So, we're going to do it. All right, 1 inch. Let's see if she can do it. She did it. Split the wood. Try going back here. Do I got anything over there? I may have to change it out. Hold on, guys. I gotta flip it around. Alright, let's try it now. 1 inch. Keep splitting the wood, I'll tell you that much. It can do it. I'm impressed. Do we dare go 1 1/4? Oh, we got 23 people watching. Hi, everybody. Let me see, what do we got going on here? Damn good drill. So far, it's pretty good. What are we doing? We're just testing out the new Milwaukee subcompact M-12 drill and impact driver. That's what we're doing. Okay. Let's see. Do we dare put the 1 1/4 on it and push it? The 1 1/4 Diablo bit. Not to be mistaken with Diablo. You know, them guys don't know proper English. Alright, let's see if she can do it. It did it. I'll be damned. I almost want to put a 1 3/8 on there. 1 3/8 coming right up. One 3/8. Flip this wood around. Okay, 1 3/8. Still got 4 bars too. We've done quite a bit of drilling. Nope, that's its limit. So it can do up to a 1 1/4 bit. That's what it can do up to. Now, where is it? This bad mamma jamma. The hammer drill. The M-12 hammer drill. We're going to put a smaller battery on it. And put a 4.0 on it. Okay. This one's obviously got a 1/2-inch chuck. Let's see if this can do the 1 3/8. I think it can. Let's try it in speed 2 too. Nope. Let's try it in speed 1. It did it. This thing is a monster for its size. It's just a friggin' monster. This definitely is not the same power as that. Obviously. I mean, they're two totally different tools. So don't think you're going to pick this one up and it's going to be just as powerful as that. It's not. All right. You guys want to see some driving with this one? I got to reposition the camera again. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Let me see, guys. I'm a Milwaukee fan and DeWalt fan and Flex Tools 24-volt fan. Yeah, me too. I never used to be a big DeWalt guy, but I tell you what, their offerings that they've been putting out here lately have really, really, really loved. Really, really, really loved them. All right, let me get this pointed down so you guys can see the wood. We're going to drive some fasteners with this bad man hammer. And get some light for you guys. You guys can see it a little bit better. And we'll put it up against the fuel. Let me see here. I need bits. Get all the screws over there. All right. So we're going to start off with the 2.0 battery it comes with. Okay, guys? That's what we're going to start with. And we're going to start with just regular 1 5/8" drywall screws, okay? Now listen for where it impacts. Listen for where it impacts. It didn't impact to the very, very end there. Right? If it can't do this, then guess what? It shouldn't be a friggin' tool, right? I just did it to show you. We're only going to do that one time. All right, now we're going to do the number 9 construction screw, 3-inch construction screws. Okay. That set would be good for kitchen installations, small enough to get in tight spaces and strong enough. Yes, I agree 110%. I agree. But I love pushing stuff to see how much it's got. You know what I mean? All right. 3-inch construction screw. Wow, that didn't start impacting to the very end. It's crazy. It's got some power. Wow. Now I will tell you, you see these hands? You see those things? They're probably some of the biggest hands you'll ever gonna see. Just saying. I could palm a basketball at the age of 10. All right? I normally don't like tiny tools or tiny anything. Tiny anything, okay? So, with that said, I will say it feels pretty good though. Usually my biggest problem is this. The reverse and forward switch. Usually on smaller tools, my hand is way up here and I'm constantly doing that. But on this, I don't. So, thanks for telling me that Jesus died for my sins. Thank you. But But we're talking about tools right now. I will say, for having such a huge hand, I didn't think I was going to enjoy this at all. But it's not bad. It's not the worst one, I'll tell you that. For regular humans, you'll probably love it. I mean, it takes care of that 3-inch construction. No problemo. I know, it's just a piece of wood. It's just to show you. I mean, I can go get a piece of freshly cut pressure treated 4x4. We can do that if you want to see it in pressure treated. I'm gonna go cut a piece real quick. Be right back. Come here. There. Freshly cut. Green lumber. How do you like me now? Malky are good tools, but a bit expensive. I'm making do with an automotive impact Ryobi for now. We'll upgrade eventually. Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you. Whatever works for you, right? What I'm in here. Let's take a break. I'll talk for a little bit. I'm a tech at Pep Boys, so when I first got started, a lot of my tools were from Harbor Freight, just because it was that much cheaper, and I could get everything that I needed, and it worked just fine. A lot of them tools are still in my toolbox today, you know, like sockets and ratchets. I didn't go the Snap-on route. No way. Why would I want to spend 20 times more for something that's going to do the job? Maybe not as good, but are you really counting Are you really counting seconds when you're doing an oil change? I mean, come on. If it takes you 5 seconds longer to do an oil change, it really doesn't matter at that point. So yeah, whatever works for you and whatever in your price range. Would I recommend Ryobi power tools in that setting? Probably not. I'd probably tell you to go get the Hercules line. You probably should have went into the Hercules line. One, Hercules is cheaper and it's better. Okay, their impacts are better than Ryobi's impacts. I know because I have them. I'll go show you. Bring up these couple for now. All right. What do I think about Hercules? Boom. How do you guys like that one? What do you think about that one? This thing is freaking awesome, and it's cheaper than that Ryobi. By the time you buy the Ryobi for $179 and a battery and a charger, you're well almost to $300. This kit is $179 with the battery and the charger. Okay. This is probably the best value drill on the market, without a doubt. Without a doubt, the best value drill, without a doubt. I've tested this, so I got plenty of videos on about the Hercules tools, and then you got this. The impact driver. 69 bucks. I don't see no Ryobi impact driver at 69 bucks, and this will spank the Ryobi impact driver every day of the week. And guess what? This comes with a 5-year, no questions asked warranty. If it breaks, just come back in, you set it down on the table. they give you a new one, no questions asked. Ryobi, I think, is only 3-year warranty, and you got to go through the hoopla of calling them and mailing it in, blah, 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 blah. It's a pain in the ass. So if you got Ryobi and you actually want to upgrade but not spend a lot of money upgrading, Hercules is the way to go. Their ratchets are pretty good too. The ratchets are pretty good. I've used them. No, it's not 90 days. It's 5 years. It's 5 years now. All their brushless tools, cordless tools, are 5 years. It's not 90 days anymore. Yeah. Yeah, 110%. That's what makes that even more appealing. You know, I've had these Hercules tools for a little bit now, and I haven't had an issue. They get used daily. That impact gets used daily. That drill, that impact driver. And they got pretty good batteries too. They came out the 21 700 cell batteries. So it's not like you're getting crummy 18650s. Even though Ryobi does have better batteries. They got a tabless battery and all that type of stuff. But honestly, I think the Hercules line is way better than Ryobi, way better than Craftsman. I dare say maybe even better than Cobalt. They may be equal to Cobalt. All right. Now I kind of answered all your guys' questions. Let's get back to all right. Now this is pressure treated 4x4, number 9 construction screw. No problem. You guys want to try something beefier? See what it can do? All right. Let's try 5-inch spacks. Yeah, let's try 5-inch spacks. This isn't a quick insert collet. None of the fuel tools, non-fuel tools, are quick insert. None of them. All right, this is a 5-inch spacks going in the pressure treated lumber. Let's do a little test. Let's just see. Goes pretty much even. This one's a little bit taller. Trying to see through the chat. That's close enough. Okay. Let me go get a 2.0 battery. All right. We're going to see. I pretty much know this one is going to win this race, but I want to see how close it's going to be. Let's just see. All right. Fuel version, a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. Subcompact non-fuel version. Let's see. 5-inch specs. Okay, so it's that much quicker. It's about a little over an inch. Guys want to see a 8-inch timber lock? I think that's an 8-inch timber lock. Yeah, 8-inch timber lock. Bob the Builder. More like Big Josh the Builder. But yes, we're just messing around with tools on a Friday night. When did the subcompact come out? I think about 3 weeks ago. It's a new tool. About 3 weeks ago. They were available online and all that stuff. I don't even know if they're in the stores yet. They may be soon. Home Depot. I know Acme Tools has got them. All that stuff. All right, let's try this. Let's try this 8-inch timber lock with this little thing. Still got a full battery too. I like how the battery indicator is up here instead of on the side. I like that. That's definitely an improvement. I like it a lot. All right, 8-inch timber lock. You ready? Here we go. My light's blinking in the background. I tell you what, there is 18-volt impacts out there that couldn't have done it that quick. The Cobalt XTR, or whatever they call it, that thing sucked. That thing sucked. Trying to think of another one. The original Craftsman, definitely that 20-volt couldn't do it. Couldn't beat this tiny little thing. What's my favorite tool, Tony? That's a good question. That's a good question, because what's my favorite tool and what's my most used tool? I don't know if those are the same thing. But if you want to know what my favorite tool is, just because I'm a big guy, let me go get it real quick. I'll show you my most favorite, my most fun tool to use. Okay, you want to know what my favorite tool is? That. I love this thing. I love this thing. It's huge. See how big it is? It is freaking huge, and it is a powerhouse. I think it's the most powerful drill on the market today. I do. I really do. It's definitely the most powerful drill driver, because this isn't even a hammer drill. It's just a drill driver. It's got 4 speeds. Okay. A lot of flexibility with it. It's got a 16 gear clutch. This is a beast, Tony. Just to give you an example of just how massive and how powerful this thing is, this is the Milwaukee hammer drill. Okay, 2904. Very nice tool. A little bit more compact for a hammer drill, but still packs a really good punch. Just watch this. It makes the Milwaukee hammer drill look like a 12-volt drill, don't it? Ain't that nuts? I think I want that one. Yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome. Look at him. Let me see if I can get this. Look at how much longer it is. They're nose to nose. It's crazy, ain't it? I mean, you just hear the torque out of this thing. This is definitely my favorite, most fun. Whenever I want to shoot a video with this thing, I get excited. I get super excited. I tell you though, you want to see the, okay, we weren't supposed to do this tonight, but we'll just run a 10-inch headlock and watch how fast this thing takes care of it. Ice cold, by the way. No warming up, no nothing. Let's see, it's put in the speed 4. That's a 10-inch headlock. This is pressure treated lumber. Don't blink. Let me get started. You ready? just crazy. It's just crazy. Nuts. That is definitely. Headlock screws are fantastic. I've used that one a bunch. It's an older one in a bunch of my videos, so it's starting to get a little, you know, wonky to the point to where I got to throw it out and get a new one. Not get a new one, just start using a new one. But this drill, you can't even put it in the picture. This thing is for men only. Just gonna come around and say it. If you're a smaller guy or a woman, you probably don't want this tool. If you're a big guy, you'll love this tool. Okay. What else did I want to try? Oh yeah, I wanted to try this with the bigger battery. See how much quicker that bigger battery. And this is the M18 subcompact with a 2 amp hour battery. The good one. The one with the 3-speed selector, the 3651, I believe. Yeah, 3651. Let's see. Let me go get my heat gun too, because we've been running that pretty good. Why ain't this thing working? Of course, I buy something that's not working. There. I mean, I'm pointing it right in the motor there. We're getting 97, 98. Back here's cool as a cucumber. So, I mean, it's staying relatively cool. We're running stuff that it shouldn't be, you shouldn't be doing with it. And it's staying pretty cool. Now we're going to put the 5 amp hour high output battery on it. 8-inch timber lock again. Let's see if this bigger battery beefs it up. I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's actually pretty dang good. I'm actually pretty impressed. If you're a homeowner, that type of stuff, it's going to be good. What up, Kansas? You missed it, buddy. I was just running the Hilti. A guy asked me what was my favorite tool, and I told him that Hilti drill driver was my favorite because of how big it is and just how powerful it is. All right, well, we still got 12 people on here. We've been on for 40 minutes. Let's see how it does against the 3651. Now, obviously, I know this isn't a fair fight, right? You got an M-12 subcompact and you got an M18 subcompact. But this has got a bigger battery. This has got a 2.0. Let's just see. I'm curious. It's for science, right? Can't argue with science. This is ice cold, by the way, too. Let's do some 5-inch specs. Ooh, that's kind of deep. We'll go deeper in this one then. Okay. All right. Put the little one over here. Put the big one over there. Let's see. Let's see how it can keep up. It's crazy. It beat it. It barely beat it, but it beat it. Look, it's just a tad proud. Watch. Let me get the camera. Look, that's just a tad proud. That's sunk. That's crazy. That's crazy. So that little M-12 beat it. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I know this has only got a 2.0 battery, but still, that's nuts that it just beat it. We got to do that again. Let me get the camera set back up here. We got to do that again. Let me point this down more so you guys can see it better. Okay, we're doing that again, guys. There. Okay. This one down. Okay. Now we'll do it in this hand. Let's see. M18 over here. Subcompact M12 over here. Let's go. All right. Must have been the wood. I was about ready to say. But still. I mean, that's not horrible. All right, we got to do it a third time now. Rubber match time. Okay, even. Here we go. Switch hands again. All right, M12, M18. All right. That's good to know. That's good to know. I was like, how did that just beat it? The Hilti is nice. I was like, how did this thing just beat the M18? It did the first time, barely. So it must have been a knot in the wood for the end. That's why we do it multiple times, right? Because you never know what's lying down inside the wood. Good channel, man. Definitely be back. Have a good one, dude. Thank you, Tony. See you later. Thanks for the support and everything. And that's another thing, guys. If you already haven't liked, subscribed, shared, commented, all that stuff, please just go ahead and do that for me. But I tell you what, pretty impressive for what looks like a kiddie tool. I'm going to be honest with you. Pretty impressive. Let's see how hot it is now. Oh, we're getting up there now. We're at 105, 106, 107. But we've been driving really big fasteners for the last half hour with it. And I mean, it's not super warm. I mean, there's been a couple of impacts. Drive 2 screws and that thing feels like it's going to burn up in your damn hand. So, I mean, for the money, this is great for any homeowner, cabinet maker, woodworker, that type of thing. Light duties for this. Be great. If you're a female and looking for a drill and impact, I think this would be a great kit. Now, not saying anything bad, I'm just saying most women don't use tools. But if you are a woman who uses tools, this would be a great one for you. now that we did that, I kind of want to do something, even though we already did the drill stuff back here. Let's see how the drill through some friggin' wood here. We'll go, I wonder if you guys can see that. I'll put the camera back down. Did I test it against the XGT? No, I didn't. That's actually pretty funny. I do think the XGT would kick its butt. Just saying, but it should. It's 40 volts, right? We'll save that one for a video, for a short or something. Let's see here. Let's just start it off with a 5/8. Fun fact, Josh was best friends with Jared from Subway. Probably not, but thanks. I actually despise people like that, but you're a funny guy. Old sock stuck inside washing machine. Great name, I guess. All right. So, even though the video began with the drill, we were just drilling through pine and Douglas fir. The only thing I don't like about this is this slick chuck. It's really hard to get it to ratchet and lock. You know what I mean? So I suggest getting like one of them grippy things and doing it. Otherwise, I've already lost the bit a couple of times. That's the only downside to this. I do like how the chuck is flat. I don't know. I just think it looks cool. It's better for drilling too, I think. All right, let's see. I'm gonna flip this around. Oh, crap. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Let me get all these tools out of the way. All right. Let me get you guys set up camera-wise. I gotta get something to prop it up. Hold on. Like I said, guys, I'm just a guy in a basement with a cell phone. That's it. No fancy cameras, no tricky editing. What you see is what you get. And that's the way I like it, so that's the way I'm doing it. Okay, this is pressure treated 4x4. We got the big battery on it. We're gonna see what it can do. 3/4 inch spade bit. Wow, did that no problem. I'm sorry, that was 5/8. My bad. We're going up to 3/4. My bad. That was 5/8. Okay, 5/8. Okay, cut out. Almost through the hole. Cut out. Okay. You guys want to try a 7/8 here? We did test, and it did do all the way up to 1.25 inches through a 2x4. So that's saying something. But this is 4x4 pressure treated. A little bit different story. We'll start it back in speed 2. Nope, that's all it's got. Let's see if we can make it through. It did it. Tell ya. It's got some power. All right, 1 inch. We'll stop it at 1 inch. Cut out. Oh, it was right at the end. So we're going to count that. All right. We're not stopping there. We're not stopping there. We're getting the inch and the quarter. Inch and a quarter in speed 1. Lord help the drill. I tell you. Whoa, that was not good. There. Almost a wrist snapper there. Almost got me. Let's see. Staying pretty cool. You guys see that? I mean, that's pretty good. All right. Let's close this out for tonight. Whoop. Plastic chuck? No, it's an all metal chuck. It's 3/8 all metal. The only thing is, it doesn't have that groovy finish to where you can get a grip on it. Like, let me go get the other M-12 tool. See how the M-12 hammer jolt's got that grip to it, to where you can really ratchet it down. This is very slick, which I've noticed all the M-12 non-fuel drills are like that. Like, this is the M18 subcompact hammer drill. It's got the same chuck. Look at it. Only difference is this one's 3/8, that one's 1/2 inch. You see that it's got that very slippery, almost glossy type finish. I know you see some grooves there, but them grooves don't do shit. Your hand just slips in it. Yeah. Yeah, I say so too. I think they kind of dropped the ball, and I get it. They're non-fuel tools, so they're supposed to be cheaper. But man, how much does it cost to have a little knurling on there? You know what I mean? Typically Milwaukee user. I don't have a bias towards any tool company. If you haven't watched the channel, then you don't know. If it's a good tool, I like it. If it's a bad tool, it's a bad tool. I've said there's been a couple of bad Milwaukee tools. That sander, not the new one, the one before the new one came out, that brush version, I had that sander. Listen, I thought I was getting a deal at Christmas time when that sander was 99 bucks, because I'm like, oh, I'm going to get into woodworking, make some cutting boards, some stovetop covers, some blanket ladders, stuff like that. Just little stuff. That's all I need, right? That thing was so god awful. I mean, it hurt my hand because it vibrated so much. And I'm not a bitch. I'm a big guy. I can withstand pain. But when I couldn't even move my hand after using it for 10 minutes, I took it back. I took it back and I went and bought the Bosch. And I've been using the Bosch ever since. That thing is a dream to use. I think it's like 99 bucks. It was the same price. So much better of a tool. Does such a better job. Yeah, what brand do you like? Don't tell me Ryobi or Ryobi or whatever, however the hell somebody says it. There's 12 different pronunciations to it. Right. Ryobi is good for, like, their long stuff is pretty good. Their little tricky tools, like the scrubbers and stuff, my wife uses them all the time. She loves the scrubber. We got her Ryobi vacuum. It's our main vacuum. And I tell you what, that vacuum's better than the Shark we had. we went through 3 of the same sharks within like a year and a half because we got 2 Great Danes, and it would always just peter out after a couple of months. But that Ryobi up there, it's been going strong since Thanksgiving. It's what, 6 months? My flex, I wanted to get the flex one when I was choosing sanders, but at the time I think it was like 169. I'm like, I'm not paying 169 bucks for a sander. Now it's down to 99, but I really wanted just because I had that turbo button on it. I know I'm kind of addicted to that turbo button. But that Bosch, and I'll get it. Let me get it real quick. Oh yeah, I forgot about this thing too. But this Bosch, you can tell it's been well used. Okay, I use it on all my projects. And then I got this one because I wanted to have 2 different grits, right? I got the rigid. Okay. Now, do I like this? I do. Do I think it's better than the Bosch? No. No. I think it's very smooth. I think it does a great job, but it gets really hot. This gets really, really hot. And my big ass hand, when I'm sanding, is always touching that. And when you're sanding on a big project, that gets hot and it will literally burn your hand. This is so much further down. Whether it gets hot or not, I don't know because my hand never touches it. So it's almost like a design flaw that this is too high up. See how my fingers are touching that? So it's good for short usage, not long usage. And I will say, it cuts out. I'll be sanding, it's doing great, right? I don't know where it cuts out. I think it overheats. So I don't know whether to take this back. Maybe I got a dud one and ask for a new one or what. I don't know what to do. I hate being that guy taking shit back, but I may have to do it. I like it. It's smooth. It does a great job. But I do not like this at all. And I hate how it cuts out. Love this one. Recommend this one to any woodworker, anybody looking for a sander. There's the model number. Great sander. You can see it, KJ. You can see it when you think Snap-on is ever worth the upcharge. No. Absolutely not. And hold on, I got a text message. Absolutely not. Little fun fact, I have the Snap-on hammer drill. I tested it. That is the weakest drill out on the market. Snap-on power tools suck. Their batteries suck. They're old, outdated technology, a lot like Makita. And they charge double the price of Makita. Their hand tools are very good. I will say that. Are they 200% better? No. No. When I got started in the automotive, when I started out at Pep Boys about 4 or 5 years ago, I went to Harbor Freight and bought everything Harbor Freight. Hercules, Icon, Pittsburgh. I still got most of them impact sockets and just ratchets and wrenches from 5 years ago. There's nothing wrong with them. And if they do break, I think I've had one socket break, and it was my own damn fault. I still took it back, and they replaced it, no questions asked. So no, the convenience of having a Snap-on truck drive to you once a week, if that, is not worth 200%. It's just not. When I can get a Milwaukee 2967 impact, which is, in my opinion, the strongest impact out on the market, and their impact in that Milwaukee with 2 batteries and a charger, I believe, is $399 with a 5-year warranty. Snap-on's like impact is almost $1,000 with 2 batteries and a charger, and you only get a 2-year warranty, and it's garbage, and the Milwaukee dog walks it each and every time. Yep, only had one, Dylan. One. And it was my own fault because I put a chrome socket on an impact wrench because I was too lazy to walk back to my toolbox. It was my fault why it broke too. Go figure, right? Only had one break. I'll show them. I'll do a video at work next week showing you all the tools I bought when I first started. All right, guys, any more questions? And KJ, once I end the live feed, you can just go back and watch it. Just go back and watch it. You didn't miss nothing. You can go back and watch everything. Did quite a bit with them, too. They're pretty impressive for how small they are. I give them a thumbs up. Would they be my go-tos? Would they be my go-tos? No. I got a big hand. I'm a big guy. I like bigger things. The bigger, the more weight in my hand just feels right. The tininess and how light this is only 2 pounds with the battery. You know, don't get me wrong, it feels good, but I prefer just something more beefy. That's just my preference because I'm a big guy, but I know the masses aren't as big as me. There ain't too many people my size, so I get it. So I'm trying to think like a normal size person. And I think if I were a normal size person, I would be using this all the time. You just saw it. It just did 1 1/4 inch hole through a 4x4 of pressure treated lumber. And you saw the impact driver do 8-inch timber locks, 5-inch spacks. It even beat the M18 version in one of those races, barely. So they got more than enough power. Be good for an electrician, cabinet maker, woodworker, homeowner, light duty stuff. I broke a snap-on 14mm chrome socket a couple of days ago on a Subaru subframe. Yeah, I mean, and how much did that socket set cost you? $300-400? I think I got the Icon one for $39.99. Actually, no, I got it cheaper because I'm a Inside Track member, and I think I got like 20% off. So I got it for like $24. And I still got every one of them. I got every chrome socket. I got every impact socket. Some are Pittsburgh, some are Icon. Haven't had one break. The only one that broke was a chrome one because I had it on an impact wrench. It was my own goddamn fault. And they still replaced it. What's your streaming schedule? It's kind of all over the place because not only do I work at Pet Boys part-time, I kind of do that for extra money. I own 2 bowling pro shops here in the Buffalo, New York area. So yeah, you can tell I'm a big drill guy just because that's what I do all day long. I drill holes in the bowling balls all day long. So it's pretty much whenever I got a free minute to just talk to you guys and do some reviews and stuff. But in the future here, we're getting ready to close up the shops for the summer because it's a seasonal business. We'll be closed all summer long. In the summertime, I will have more scheduled stuff, more scheduled lives, so that way people can get into a groove and tune in and all that type of stuff. But you got to remember, we just got started a little over 2 months ago. And we've grown pretty rapidly. I mean, we went from like, I remember I was stuck on like 30 subscribers for like 3 weeks. I'm like, man, this is tough. And then out of nowhere, I don't know what the hell happened. Out of nowhere, I started getting all these subscriptions. And now we're over 5K in like a month and a half. It's been crazy. And thank you to everybody who subscribed, liked, shared, commented, all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Yeah. But is that butterfly trigger worth 200% more cost? That's where you got to weigh in, right? If you got the money, if you have the money and money's not an issue, then buy whatever the heck you want, right? But most of us, money's an issue. And we're trying to save money so that we can make money. You gotta balance it out, right? And I just feel Snap-on's outdated. Their power tools are outdated, and their warranties suck, their batteries suck, and I'm sorry, they try to say that it's a convenience for them to come around once a week, once every 2 weeks. I just don't see it. There's a Harbor Freight. I mean, we got 6 or 7 Harbor Freights within a 35-mile radius here. I don't know how it is in more rural parts of the country, but I can guarantee you there's a Harbor Freight within 20 miles of you. If something breaks when you're going by there next, just stop on in and they'll take care of it. Really, that's pretty cool, Paulie. All right, guys. We've been on for about 1 hour and 10 minutes. Also, you just earned my sub. Thanks, KJ. I appreciate it. Tell your friends, like and share, all that type of stuff. The more we grow, the more stuff we can bring you. I want to get to a point where we can get monetized and, start making a little bit of money off of it. I'll never fully regain what I've put into it so far, but it would be nice to get that done and all that type of stuff. I put my goal at 10 months to be monetized, so I'm 2.5 months in. And it's looking like we're going to get there, so I really appreciate it. All right, everybody. If you already haven't hit the like button, please do. If you already haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Tune in for more reviews. I tend to do more shorts than longer videos. I just don't have the time to do the longer videos, tell you God the honest truth. And if I'm going to do longer videos, I'd rather just come live and talk to you guys. It's just how I feel. All right, guys. Appreciate it. See you on the next one.